New tonight, one of the suspects arrested and charged with killing an 8-year-old girl is giving his side of the story. Police say Robert Lee Brown confessed to the crime, but he says that's not true. A day after being charged with the murder, he sat down for a jailhouse interview with our 24-hour News 8's Leon Hendricks. He's in the newsroom now with what he had to say. Leon?
Well, Larry had a lot to say in the 42.5-minute interview that he completed with us, but one thing he said emphatically over and over again: I did not kill Latavia Johnson.
That you're charged with an open murder.
The road to murder charges has been a bumpy one for Robert Lee Brown. It's been more than 17 years since the little girl he's accused of shooting died. Arrested on Valentine's Day, extradited days later, and then a crash that left him in a headgear while being brought to Grand Rapids on murder charges. Police say he confessed to the crime, but in our Saturday morning visit with Robert Brown in the Kent County Jail, he said that was not true. Quote, "How am I going to just walk up to a house with a gun and start shooting?" And without hesitance, he said, quote, "I did not kill 8-year-old Latavia Johnson." Before his recent arrest, the 38-year-old says he was living a happy life in Nebraska, working on a farm, he said, living with his wife and 10-year-old son. A self-described celebrity DJ, he said he's a talented musician. He remembers Latavia's death like so many do. He says he learned about it on the news. Quote, "I got sick over it," he said. "Some precious little girl lost her soul out there." Brown said he didn't sleep for a week after the news, though he had nothing to do with it and never thought he would be a suspect, he says. Police say the motive of the shooting was retaliation. They say Brown was robbed the night before Latavia died and thought his robber lived in that home. Brown denies that too, although he says he was robbed and beat up, so bad that he had a concussion. But retaliation? Quote, "I wanted to, but I didn't know who they are." Brown says he never owned a gun and wasn't in the area. In fact, he says he was at one of his relatives' house the night of the shooting, though he wouldn't tell us which one. His smile after being booked in a Nebraska jail, one, he says, of confidence that he will be exonerated. Quote, "I believe that God is going to walk me through this. I'm not scared. I'm not afraid," end quote. And one prominent question he has for those now charging him with a murder more than a decade old, one that a detective apparently suspected him of years and years ago, so much so that he penciled Brown's name on his business card. Brown's question, quote, "If they wanted to come and talk to me, why did they wait so long until now?" We also asked Brown about why he left the area shortly after the shootings. He said the timing was coincidental. He said he left because he had an opportunity in Dallas to pursue his career as a celebrity DJ. We're working to get in touch with investigators for more information about the details of the confession. We'll, of course, pass those along to you as they become available. And, of course, full coverage of that interview is right now online at woodtv.com. In the newsroom, Leon Hendricks, 24-Hour News 8.